Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a look at Moonlight Castle. Moonlight Castle is published by Haba Games. It's meant for kids 5 and up, and it plays 2 to 4 players. In this game, you're going to be trying to collect as many gems as you can along the magical path before the end of the game. Let's go ahead down to the table here. I'm going to show you how to play this game, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. All right, so this is Moonlit Castle. So Moonlit Castle, you have this really cool castle to build, and you're going to put all these tiles in the middle, and you're specifically going to look for this tile to be on the top. So you put all those tiles in there, put this lid on top, then you have this little plexiglass pusher here, and then you put the evil night owl on it, and you're going to push forward until you get to this little notch right here. And notice there's tiles that pop out of the front, and you're going to continue doing this. Now, I find it's easier for setup if you're doing this just to not have the owl on there and just lift it up a little bit here and just push out tiles. That's basically all I'm doing. Oops, I had one upside down. Let's fix this up. And we're gonna have one of them upside down here. We're gonna keep pushing out tiles basically until we have a full row. This works a lot easier than I'm showing you. I'm just being clumsy today. So we just get 2 more out here. All right, now we have our entire thing out. And I'll put the owl back. All right, so now that we have our entire roll out, each player is going to get one of these little player pieces here. There's 4 different player pieces. They're going to get one of these screens that they're going to use to hide their pebbles behind, and each player starts off with 4 pebbles. So these, 3 red, maybe get a different color here, and a yellow. All right, you're going to figure out however you want to have the first player, or whoever's the biggest night owl will get the first player token. First player token will go out here. Player pieces will go out here to start. And what do? Well, on your turn, you're going to hide. You're going to keep your head down, move to an empty space of your choice. Spaces that other players are standing on are already occupied, so you can't go to places that other players are. To move to a colored space, you must have the pebble that is the same color as that space. Place the pebbles next to the game board near where you move to so that everyone can see them. If you don't have a pebble matching the color, you need to choose a different space. You do not need to place a pebble to move to a white space, which I'll show you in a second here. Then, without looking inside, draw as many pebbles out of the cloth as shown on the space you move to. So, let's say I'm right here and I'm ready to go. I can go to this white space here, and that would give me 3 pebbles, or I can go to this pink space here. Now, why would I want to go to this pink space? Well, if I go to this pink space here, I can maybe buy that tile. But for now, I'm going to go to this white space right here. And I will mention that these are actually modular. They come out as, for the starter game, you're going to use this white side, but for advanced games, you're going to use this side here. And this will also have different effects on that for the advanced game, but we're just showing you the basic game for now. So let's say I go there, and that says I can draw 3 pebbles. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw 3 pebbles. Now I have a good assortment of pebbles available to me. Now I will mention you also have the option to stay where you're at, but then you could only stay at your at if you recover one of these jewels. They call them jewels for these track paths on your turn. So we're going to get into that basically now. All right, so all the other players have gone. So let's say they've gone. They didn't actually go, but let's say they've gone, and it's my turn again. So I can move along the path to a different location. I'm going to actually move here. So I'm going to spend a green to show that I moved there. And now, at the end of my turn, I can capture a jewel. I could take the pebble, so this pebble right here, so I take this out of the path here. And I pay the pebble. Okay, so I paid the pebble. Now I actually have this jewel. So I have one jewel here for the pebble, and I do what this says on here. So there's a couple different symbols that you can have when you flip these over. So slide as many new path tiles out on the castle as there are arrows. So this one here, you would slide 3 more out. If I got, let's say, what's on these other ones here? If I got this one, ow, this jewel has it all. It's your turn again right away, so I get to go again. And there's one more here. Let's see if I can find it. That does nothing. This does 3. It does 2. That does 2. There's another one in here. Maybe I'll just grab the rule book here to show you what that one looks like. But it's like an arrow with a line. Let's see. So yeah, here's the rule book. So this one right here, this arrow with a line, says, I think the magician's getting impatient. Slide as many new tiles on the path, out on the castle, from the castle, as you need to completely fill the path again. So those are the 3 things that you can get throughout the game. Now, if you see this tile, this top tile, this magic tile come out, that triggers the end of the game. So basically, if this appears in front of the castle when pushed out, it signals the end of the round. Finish playing the current round so that everyone has the same number of turns, and there's no more, basically, your no more tiles to push when this comes out. So you're basically going to finish the round, and that's going to be it. Now you're simply going to count however many of these jewels you rescued from the path. I believe the enemy is called zeros or something like that, but it's just the owl, evil owl. Whoever has the most of these jewels at the end of the game is going to win. And if there's a tie, the player with the most pebbles is going to win. If there's still a tie, they share the victory. Now, if you play with the advanced version of the game, you're going to be playing with this side here. So we'll go over these real quick. This one here states that draw 4 pebbles, keep 1 of each color drawn, then place all the others next to the game board. So you get to draw 4 pebbles, but you only keep the ones that are different. All right, this one here, it says draw 4 pebbles, then place 1 of them next to the game board. So you're going to get 3 pebbles, but you get to pick out of the 4. This one here states draw 4 pebbles, select 1 color, and place all the pebbles that do not match that color next to the game board. So you're going to get 1 color pebbles with this one. And this one here, you're going to be drawing 4 pebbles, but place 2 of them next to the game board. So you'll get 2 of the 4 with that. And that's just basically the advanced side of the game here. So just to recap real quick, what you're going to be doing on your turn is you're going to be moving along this path. You don't have to use pebbles to go to the white spaces, but if you go to the colored spaces here, you're going to have to spend a pebble. You don't have to move on your turn if you also buy one of these path tiles on your turn. You have to have the matching colored pebbles to buy the path tile. You're converting pebbles to gems. These gems are endgame scoring, and sometimes on the bottom they have things that you need to do immediately, like push more tiles forward or so on. The game will end when this tile here gets pushed forward, and when that happens, everyone will be able to finish their turn, so everyone has equal numbers of turns. The game will end. The person with the most gems will win at the end of the game. If there's a tie, the person with the most pebbles will win, and if there's still a tie, they share the victory. So that is how you play Moonlight Castle. Let's go ahead back up the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so that was Moonlight Castle. Component quality for this is amazing. Haba games always have great component quality. They have good, thick cardboard. The token quality is good. The board is a nice dual-layer board that everything fits on. The castle fits on it perfectly. Really nice and snug. The path tiles that come out are really nice and thick. Like that really thick acrylic piece that you use to push the tiles forward. And all the little player pieces are nice wooden chunky pieces. The only thing that's a little iffy on here is the player screens. They're pretty thin, but they're not really a super integral part of the game. So that's okay. So this game here is really good for your 5 and up crowd. I would think it'd probably make it till about 5 to 8 or maybe a little later. This game is really good for teaching like pattern recognition, light strategy, and basically how to do risk management, basically how to go to those spaces and get the most tiles pulled out to try to get what you need. Really good introductory level game for kids. I think my kids have a lot of fun playing this game. I think the tactile nature of the game is a lot of fun too. But I think it does follow in the younger audience. So if you have younger kids, this is definitely a game you want to check out. I think they would like it, especially if they like the theme of the game. That would probably be a big win. So that's my thoughts on Moonlight Castle. Thank you for watching.